Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Teachers. My name is Tamara. I think all of you know me by now. As you already know, I'm going to be closing Yoga for Teachers next Friday. So I think that's the 29th. Yeah, the 29th of May. But I'm really excited about what's coming next. And so you'll get an email tomorrow with the announcement of what I'm doing next. And I hope that you will find it, that it speaks to you and will join me for my next adventure during the summer. But for now, we're still here and we are going to meditate and flow together. So come into a comfortable seat. The intention that we are focusing on this week is the intention of rise, right? Rise is one of my favorite words because I feel like there's so much inside of that word in so many ways that we can think about what it means to rise in our own lives, right? I remember I remember as though it was like years ago, but when we first started self-quarantine, it feels like it was years ago. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've been in my house forever. But I remember in the beginning, all I wanted to do was just sleep. Like I couldn't, yes, I did this, but I had some sort of accountability to do this, right? I had people that were kind of counting on me. But in terms of anything else, all I ever wanted to do was just lay in the bed and binge watch things, on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, right? I couldn't seem to, or I felt like I couldn't get a hold on myself. Like there was so much change happening so rapidly that anything that I wasn't required to do, I was just like, I just don't want to do it. And one of the things I always say to myself, Tamara, is Tamara, get up. Tamara, get up. And I say it to myself over and over again until I actually get up. And that doesn't mean like just like physically get up, but like emotionally get up, right? Mentally get up. And it probably wasn't until about, 3 or 4 weeks into self-quarantine that it actually, my words met my heart, right? And I was able to get up and I was able to like start to feel like myself again. And I was able to, do things that I actually found joy in, not just things that I was required to do and all of that kind of stuff, right? I was able to rise in my own life, in my own home, in my own heart, in order to be able to move forward. And I know that at least here in Georgia, schools have either closed already, K-12 schools have either closed already or are, closing this week. And that can be a time of mixed emotions, right? You can, especially right now, you could be saying to yourself, oh, I'm just so glad that this part is over, right? And I can get a break, right? I'm sure that you need a break. This has been a very troubling, traumatic, and stressful time. But it can also, be a time of great sadness, of reminders of the fact that you're not closing out the year the way you normally do, right? You're not getting to say, personal goodbyes to your kids, face to face like you normally do. And so sometimes that can cause us to get really low, right? We end up kind of allowing our hearts to kind of go in that direction of sadness, which, is a normal feeling. And it's an opportunity to rise, right? I posted on my Instagram, I think it was yesterday. Yeah. So this is my little altar that I created for myself. And I really like the fact that my altar is really small and low to the ground because it forces me, in order to look at the objects and to connect with the objects, I have to get low to the ground, right? I have to root myself back into the earth that I live upon, and then I can rise up from there, right? You have to have a grounding, you have to have a foundation that is strong in order to be able to rise, because then you know that you have something strong that you are standing on. So to my teachers out there, I ask you to remind yourself, what is that foundation that you stand upon for yourself, right? when everything else goes away, right? When the building goes away, when the testing goes away, when all of the expectations go away, what is your foundation as an educator, right? What do you stand upon that helps you to rise every single day and continue to do what you do? Because that's what's going to help you push through during the tough times, right? Reconnecting to that foundation is what's going to help you push through, right? And so that's why I love yoga so much, because there's so many times during my yoga practice that I'm reminded to feel the earth, right? To ground down and use that earth as my strength as I rise up. So we will meditate, as always. I hope those words were helpful to you, and I hope that they will, help you not just on the mat, but off the mat, right? That's what yoga has done in my life, is that I get on my mat and, to some people it's like, oh, it's just exercise, it's just a physical practice, right? But it's not, right? I feel all the things that I feel on the mat, I remind myself of when I'm off the mat. So when I feel as though, oh my goodness, I'm going up into the clouds, I'm getting into my head, I ground down, right? And sometimes that can be literally like touch the earth, feel that you are a human being standing on the earth, and then I can rise back up to meet whatever challenge I'm meeting. So if you've been sitting cross-legged this entire time, you may want to uncross and recross your legs. We're going to move into our meditation. So we will, you can take a comfortable seat. As always, you can sit cross-legged, but you can also sit with your legs straight out. You can have one leg out. You can sit against a wall. You can also sit in a chair. Just find a seat that is comfortable for you, that allows you to stay awake and alert. So, it's early in the morning. I wouldn't recommend laying back down, but if that's what you need, that's what you need. But find whatever that seat is, and then just sit up straight and just find stillness there, right? So you may want to rock your hips from side to side to kind of make sure that you are comfortable. Oh, if you're using the playlist, you can go ahead and start the playlist now. But just be comfortable, but strong. And then if it's okay with you today, you can close your eyes, take your hands to your lap or onto your knees. You can also take a soft gaze towards the ground and just allow yourself to come into your body, thanking yourself in advance for showing up for your practice. Thanking yourself for setting aside time for stillness. Thanking yourself in advance for putting yourself first. Feeling the weight of the hips as they release down into the earth. Feeling the earth as it rises up to greet you. Letting go if you're holding in your belly. Letting it be soft. Feeling it rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. Feeling the shoulders relax as the shoulder blades glide down the back. Letting the hands and the arms be heavy. Swallowing a couple of times to release any tension in the throat. Letting the lips relax down the face. If you're still holding on in your eyes, you may be squeezing your eyes closed, letting it all go. And with each inhale, scanning up the body, noticing any places where you can still release. And on each exhale, allowing it all to go as the body sinks farther down. And now bringing attention to the breath, feeling the breath as it enters and exits the nostrils. Not judging the breath, just noticing it as it is in this moment. And there may be times when you notice that the mind has wandered. Drifting off to the past or the future. In those moments, acknowledge that the mind has wandered. And then bring the attention back to the breath. And as we move into about 3 minutes of silence, you'll continue that cycle. Of following the breath, acknowledging when the mind has wandered, and bringing your attention back to the breath. Bringing your attention back to your body. Sitting up a little bit straighter if you've slouched down during meditation. Allowing the breath to naturally begin to deepen as you come back into the space. Maybe rotating the head in circles, bringing movement into the neck. Lifting the shoulders up to the ears and then rolling them back and down in nice circles, forward and backwards. Taking a couple in one direction and then moving them in the other direction. Just letting go of any tension that can sometimes enter the body during meditation. And then stilling all of that movement, bringing the hands together at the heart, lifting the heart into the hands, bowing the head. Taking a moment here to once again thank yourself for setting aside time for stillness. And then setting your intention as we transition into movement. Your intention could be connected to our group intention of rise. In what ways can you allow this physical practice to help you to feel grounded into the earth? Or it can be any other intention that has value for you today. And as you continue to breathe, feel that intention move into your heart and plant it there as your guide for the next 30 minutes. And when you're ready, lifting your head, blinking your eyes open, releasing your hands. Using your hands to help bring your knees together, straightening your legs in front of you, shaking those legs out. Maybe rubbing your hands up and down your legs. Helping the blood to begin to circulate. And then coming on to hands and knees. Placing any padding underneath your knees for support. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Grounding down into those hands. Pressing into the hands as you lift the heart up, lift the head up, lift the tailbone up. Allow the belly to sink down. On the exhale, round the spine, tuck the head, pressing the shoulders away. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the head, allow the belly to release down. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone. One more time, lift the heart, lift the head, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round that spine. And then coming back to table, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back for our first downward dog. Walking that dog, bending those knees nice and deep. That should feel really good in your hips after sitting for meditation. Taking any movement that feels good for you right now. And then coming back to stillness here in downward dog. Wrapping those triceps underneath. That's going to help to engage the psoas. You should feel some engagement in the back of your legs as well. as you press those hips up and back, engaging in the hands and the feet, allowing the head to hang between the arms. Making sure that you're continuing to breathe deeply, both on the inhale and on the exhale. And I encourage you today, as we begin our physical practice, to try to connect your breath and your movement, not worrying about keeping pace with me, just moving with the inhales and exhales. So on your inhale, bend those knees as much as you can, looking between your hands. And then on your exhale, walking the hands to the front of the mat, taking the full exhale to reach the front of the mat into your forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbows, swiveling the hips from side to side, bending those knees as much as you need to allow the low back to release. And then taking a deep inhale through the nose here. On the exhale, releasing the hands, allowing the head to sink farther down. On the inhale, sliding the hands up the shins, pressing the hips back to flatten that spine. Crown of the head is pushing towards the front as the hips press back. Exhale here. Another inhale. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, coming back to the flat back, sliding those hands up to the shins. Exhale, fold back down. And then on your next inhale, take those arms wide as you come up with a neutral spine all the way up to standing, bringing the hands up overhead, palms touch. Exhale the hands down to the heart. If your feet are not already hip distance apart, making sure that they're hip distance apart, toes pointing forward, feeling the earth underneath your feet as your feet press down all four corners. So pressing down into both sides of the balls of the feet, both sides of the heels. Feeling the earth support you. Inhale, lift those arms up and overhead. Exhale, cactus arms, lifting the heart up, head lifts up towards the sky. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Exhale the hands down to the heart. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, twist the arms open to the right. Taking the arms wide. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, twist the arms open to the left. Twisting from the torso first. Continuing to ground into the feet. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, take the arms wide. Swan dive down to forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Stepping back into your high push-up plank. Taking those fingers nice and wide to give you support on that earth. So where the same type of engagement that you had in your feet in Tadasana, you now have in your hands in plank. Taking a deep inhale here. You're welcome to release your knees at any time. Cobra. This might be a baby Cobra. It's still early. Exhale, release back down. Tucking the toes, pressing yourself back up to plank on the inhale. And then on the exhale, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling those feet. Still warming the body up, preparing for the day. On the inhale, bend those knees, look between the hands. And then on your exhale, walk to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold back down on the exhale. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way back up to the top, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. So that's the inhales and the exhales. So we're going to do that 2 more times, a little faster, but you know when you should be inhaling and when you should be exhaling. Try as much as possible to link your breath and your movement. That's what allows you to connect your mind and your body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Step back to plank on the inhale. Lower down on the exhale. Halfway lift. Cobra on the inhale. Release down on the exhale. I don't know what I was thinking. Plank on the inhale. Downward dog on the exhale. Bend the knees, look between the hands on the inhale. Walk to the top of the mat on the exhale. Halfway lift on the inhale. There it is. Fold on the exhale. Reverse swan dive all the way back up on the inhale. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Fold back down. Step back to plank. Release down. Cobra. Release down. Plank. Downward dog. How did you do with linking your breath with your movements? Bend the knees on the inhale. Step to the front of the mat on the exhale. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Reverse swan dive all the way to the top, palms touch. Hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open to the right again. Arms come out wide. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold back down on the exhale. Stepping the right foot back on the inhale. Release that right knee down on the exhale, grounding into that front foot. And then on your inhale, arms come up and overhead. Exhale here. Another inhale. Exhale, hands back down to the mat. Tucking the toes, lift that knee. Stepping back into plank. Inhaling here. Exhale, release down to the mat. Inhale for Cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale for plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg up and behind. Bend the right knee. Open that knee up to the sky, opening that hip, looking under the right arm, up to the sky. Breathing here, feeling the hip opening. Inhale that knee back to center. Exhale that foot all the way by the right hand. You may need to help it, that's perfectly fine. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, release that left knee down to the mat as you ground into the right foot. And then inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale here. Inhale again. Exhale, release those hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift that left knee up. Exhale, step that left foot forward, forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Reverse swan dive all the way back up to the top, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open to the right. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, arms up. Let's go. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step that left foot back if you can. Keep that left knee lifted. Exhale here. And then on your inhale, lift those arms up and overhead. Asana, Crescent Lunge. Pressing into the ball of the left foot, and then also pressing that right knee towards the right pinky toe. Keeping that knee stacked on top of the ankle. Feeling strong, feeling the earth support you as you rise up, as those arms lift up. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, open those arms to the right, just like we did when we were in Tadasana. Twisting from the torso, feeling your power, concentrating. Breathing, deep breaths. If you notice that your breath is becoming shallow, take a moment and connect back to your breath, just like we did in meditation. Inhale the arms back up overhead. Exhale, release those hands down to the mat. Great job. Step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale for Cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up and behind you. Bend that knee, open that hip, looking under the left arm. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring that left foot through to be connected to the left hand. Find your stability here. And then on your next inhale, rise up. Pressing into the ball of the right foot, pressing into all four corners of the left foot. Arms are strong as they reach towards the sky. Maybe you can sink a little bit deeper. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, open to the left. Staying strong. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, step that right foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Reverse swan dive all the way back up, palms touch. Hands come to the heart. 2 breaths here. Deep inhales and exhales. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Stepping back into plank on the inhale. Releasing the left knee down to the mat, coming onto the side of the right foot. Right arm comes up and overhead for side plank. You're welcome to keep that left foot straight, or that left leg straight if that is accessible for you. Looking up to the sky. Concentrating and breathing. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, release that right hand back to the earth, coming back into plank. Exhale, release down. Inhale for Cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale for plank. Now releasing the right knee down to the mat, coming onto the side of the left foot. Left arm comes up. Looking up to the sky. Feeling strong. Feeling the connection between the earth and the sky. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, release the hand back down, back into plank. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, pressing those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet. Great job, you guys. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Opening the mouth and letting it all go. Deep inhale through the nose. Opening the mouth and letting it all go. One more time. Deep inhale through the nose. Opening the mouth and letting all of it go. And then releasing the knees down to the mat. Swinging those legs in front of you. And then coming to lay all the way on your back. Bending the knees, placing the feet on the mat. Grounding into that left foot, lifting the right ankle to place it on the left thigh. Using the right hand to press that right knee away from the body. As we move into a reclined pigeon, you can always scoot that left foot closer to the body. You can also lift the left leg and squeeze it, hug it into the body. Finding the engagement that you're looking for today in your hips. If your foot is lifted, releasing that foot back down to the earth, keeping your legs where they are. Lift the hips, shifting them about 2 inches to the right, and then allow that right foot to come all the way down to the earth on the left side. Using that left hand now to keep that right knee pressed away. Right arm comes out by your side, looking over the right shoulder or looking straight up at the sky for a nice twist and hip stretch at the same time. On your next inhale, bring that left knee back up to center. Release that right foot back down to the mat. Windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Realign the hips with the feet. And now let's move to the other side. Grounding into the right foot. Lift that left foot up off the earth and rest the ankle onto the thigh. Pressing that left knee away with the left hand. Or lifting that right leg up and wrapping your hands around the right thigh. If your foot is up off the earth, releasing that right foot back down to the earth. And then now everybody lifting the hips, scooting the hips about 2 inches to the left, and then allowing that left foot to come all the way down to the earth on the right side. Right hand presses that knee away, the left hand comes out long to the side, looking over the left shoulder. And breathe. Inhaling that left knee back up to center. Releasing the left foot down to the earth, windshield wipering the knees from side to side, realigning the hips. And then hugging the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. Taking this final moment of movement to do anything that you need for your practice to feel complete. And then releasing those legs down the mat. Arms by the side. You're welcome to place a pillow or a blanket underneath your knees. Sometimes that helps to release the low back. And just letting it all go. Allowing the body to sink down into the earth. Beginning to bring movement back into the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes, rotating the wrists and the ankles in one direction and then in the other. Waking yourself up. Moving the head gently from side to side. Hugging the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side, giving a nice massage to the back. And then rolling on to your favorite side, making a pillow with your hands, taking one last moment here to reconnect with the intention you set it at the beginning of the practice. Feeling that intention in your heart. And then letting it go. Knowing that it has served you well. And then pressing yourself up to a nice, comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to your heart. Lifting your heart into your hands, bowing your head. We'll close our practice with 2 collective breaths. Although we practice in different spaces, we breathe together. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Opening the mouth and sighing it out. One more time. Deep inhale through the nose. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. And then opening the mouth and letting it all go. It has been my honor as always to practice with you. May you continue to feel all of the supports that exist in your life as you rise up to meet every day. May you be happy, may you remain healthy, and may you always know peace. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to miss this. Have a great week.